Hello everybody, it's me Sam here on WoopaGaming, and today we're showing you the Catacombs plugin for Bucket. This is by Blockhead2. So Dan, what does this plugin do?
Well, this plugin will allow you to spawn catacombs, as the title suggests, underneath your world, which are kind of like dungeons, which have multiple levels, can have mobs, treasure, and a few other features, which we'll cover in the video.
I have to say, we did try this plugin earlier, and it's a lot of fun, so hopefully we can show you it in its good light. So, first of all, the main command is /cat, and this will show you the commands. The first thing we want to do is create a cascade. So, what we want to do is do cat plan, and then the name of the dungeon. What should we call it? We'll call it Woopa. Then this is the number of levels. So, how many levels should we go for? This is sort of like the depth of how far each level is, so we'll go for 3. Now this is the maximum. If there's not enough room, then it won't be able to build here. And then the radius, this is basically how big the dungeon is, width and height wise. So let's go for, that's a big one, let's go for 20. Now if you've been successful, there we go. So it's got 4 areas, and it's got how many rooms are in each area. And then it goes, Woopa is good and ready to be built. So there's enough room to be building it here. If there isn't, it will say there isn't enough, and then you'll have to go somewhere else and try again. So we're going to build it by doing cat build and then Woopa. So it's then building Woopa. It'll take a little bit of time as it does so. And there we go.
Very nice.
Just say Catacombs have been complete. So here we go. Here's the entrance to our catacombs. Now you notice if you might do this, you might get a different style of entrance. This is because we've modified it in the config, which I'll go over later. And we like this nice small one.
Yeah,
it's quite cool. So
I think the default's cobblestone, isn't it?
The default's cobblestone, and we also changed it to stone brick. So this is the dungeon Woopa, and it's 3 levels. So the best way of showing it is to actually do it. So let's rock and roll.
Oh, skeleton spawner.
So as you can see, straight away there's a spawner. If you look on this sign, it will tell you which level you are, and as we define 3 levels, we'll have to go 3 levels, and there should be a nice chest at the end, and with some treasure in it.
So this was spawner.
Huh?
This is a wolf spawner.
Wolf spawners have grass around them. I added these aren't on by default, but I added them in the config. Very nice. So one thing to note, there are secret doors, and the way you know the kind of secret door is that there'll be musty cobblestone. If you left click it, it will open. So if we just try those. So if you find one, don't open it. So show it. So there's lots of different ways, and there's lots of mobs.
There's a slime spawner here as well.
And you'll notice there'll be like chests placed randomly and looting.
I think there's some zombies smacking against some doors.
Oh, there's loads of here.
It's really annoying.
Are you ready?
Alright, good.
One thing to note, in the config you can also turn off PvP, so it stops players from hurting themselves or each other.
Oh, there's a secret door here, I accidentally hit it.
That's right, there'll be another one hopefully.
Yeah.
So this is a random chest. You can see there's just some random stuff in, leather, some gold and whatnot. Nothing of much use. But when we get to the end, there are some better treasures. Right, ooh, I think this is one of the right. This is the end of the level room. As you can see, there's a bigger double chest with slightly better stuff in, and some alright stuff. But the main stuff will be in the last chest. So, do you want to go down to the next one?
Yeah, go on.
So let's go down to the next level. Well, there's not some cave spiders in here.
Oh, bloody hell, not cave spiders. I'll get the torches down.
Right, nice.
One thing to note is the only thing you can place or destroy in this is torches. If you try like getting a pick and mining the walls, it won't let you break it. And you can't break spawners either. It will just advise you to break it, put light around it with torches, sorry.
So no, there's a sign there that says Woopa level 2. So Down to level 2. Another slime spawner. Oh, oh, pigmen.
Oh, where are you?
In here.
Oh, blimey. Yeah. The addition of pigmen is pretty cool, actually, because they can all gang up on you. It makes it quite a challenge, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think this is a secret door over here, Sam? It's mossy cobblestone, eh?
Which one?
Not mossy cobblestone, mossy stone over here.
Ah, no, it's not.
It's not. It's deceiving, you see.
Hopefully we'll find one. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I found a secret door. There we go. So you saw there, just left click it, and it will open a little entrance out. And also, oh, even better, there's a little trap here. So watch out for these that fire arrows at you. You can see there's a pressure plate there. The way to disable them is just to open and take the arrows out. Is it just dead end?
I believe so, yes. I've got no idea where we're going.
Oh, there's some better stuff in here. Potion of strength. I'll take that.
Oh, very nice.
Right, so now we've made it to the end of level 2. Oh, amazingly, we walked past it. So now we're on the last
Took us
level.
a bit of time to get here. Yeah, we're on the level 3.
Level 3. Water anyway? Oh, secret
There we
level.
go. Where is the last exit?
I don't know. Oh, I think we found it.
Here we go.
Here we go. Right, so you know that this is a double chest, that's the end. And there'll be a chest here, and this is like the winning chest, as it were. So you can see there's some diamonds, diamond hoe, gold dust. So not the best one we've ever had, but at least there's some diamonds there, and you can change it.
Indeed.
And what we've done in the config as well, we've chosen to have a recall button. So you see this button here. If you press it, you get teleported out. It just saves people from having to walk all the way back.
And fight any potential mobs on the way.
So that's nice. And you can also have a reset one here instead. But we like the recall one. Now we've shown you a dungeon. Oh, the Enderman's back. Look.
Oh no.
Right, we're trying to sort them out. But let's go over the other commands while we're at it, really. Okay, so we've shown you how to plan one. So we'll just do a random one. Let's do A22, and that's how it means if it doesn't work. This goes A is incomplete and you can't build it. We can unplan it by doing cat unplan and then the name. I haven't got anything planned, so it doesn't work. But say you've got 2 people planning at the same time and they overlap, it won't allow you to build. So you have to unplan one of them to allow you to build, and that's how you do that. It's not very used but much, but there you go. Let's use the time one. The time one's quite good. So if you stand in a dungeon, it's the easiest way to do it. You do cat time and then the time. So this is how long it takes to reset. If we do 1M, that's 1 minute. It should reset after 1 minute. So every minute it will reset, and anyone in it will get teleported to the start. All the chests will be redone, all the torches will be removed, and whatnot. So it basically resets and allows another person to play it. 1 minute is probably not enough time to do it all. So maybe sort of allocate the time for each individual one, or just reset it manually. And the way you reset it manually is by doing cat reset and then the name of the dungeon, so Woopa. Or again, you can sit in it and do cat reset, and that will reset it. And then you can see none of the torches are down. If you want to suspend it, you can do cat suspend, and then either just leave it like that or the name of the Woopa, and this will suspend it. So what we'll do, it'll put glowstone everywhere on the roof, and it'll stop all the mobs from spawning. So you can go there and you can look at it and whatnot. So, and to re-enable it, you can do cat enable and then the dungeon name, or just do enable, just do dungeon names of Woopa, and then it'll turn off the glowstone and allow people to play it again. What else have we got? We can do cat reset all. Yeah, let's do the cat list first. So cat list simply shows all the catacombs, and then cat reset all resets all the dungeons on the map. So as you only got one dungeon and that's Woopa, so it only resets this one. We can delete it as well. We're not going to do that just yet by doing cat delete and then the name. We're not going to do that one, but this will turn all the dungeons to plain stone and remove any of the protection. So one thing we didn't know, oh we did actually go over, is that you can't destroy these blocks. They won't allow you to. So by doing cat delete, it removes everything and will allow you to build in those regions again. But once it's gone and you can't get it back. Also do cat unprop. This is a similar to delete. This will leave the dungeon structure as it is, but won't associate it as a dungeon. And again, this is a one-time command, so we won't do that just yet. So it's the same as deletion, except it leaves the dungeon in place. Cat recall. So this will only work when you're in the 4 blocks of the end dungeon. So you notice there was a button, and we used that. We could have typed in cat recall. Of course, you have to give the permission to your players if you want to use that. We can also do cat go to and then the dungeon name, so Woopa, and this will teleport us to the dungeon entrance of each dungeon. So if you have multiple dungeons and you don't like walking, you can use that command. So we can also do cat end and then the dungeon name, and this will teleport us to the end dungeon. And as you can see here, there's the end chest. This one got, oh there we go, slightly better, 3 diamonds this time and diamond X. That's quite nice. And then we do cat recall and we get teleported to the start, which is good. We can also use cat witch, and this will tell us what dungeon you are in or dungeon you're looking at. Or cats, or somebody uses cat saying cat question mark. This will just tell you what dungeon you are in. If the dungeon has been unprotected, then the command will tell you you aren't in a dungeon. So there you go. And finally we have cat style. Well, yeah, and we can change the style of the dungeon. So at the moment this is a catacomb, but we can change the style. We could just do cat style. We can find out what it is. So we can see now that the style of this is grand. We can change the style to catacombs, and there we go. So in the config you can have different sets of styles for each dungeon. By default you saw there was the catacomb style, but we can change it to a grand style. This is probably better before building it, just as a note. We also have cat gold. As I said in game, or as we were doing the dungeon, you can charge people for, or not charge people, they get money for killing mobs. That's where you'll see all the list, how much do you have from killing the mobs. And there's lastly a cat iron command, and this will change all the wooden doors to iron doors. Now I'm not sure of the use of this, but I guess you could have the allocation of placing buttons if you enable that in the config, and this would allow to open the doors with buttons. And I believe, oh, forgetting one of the biggest commands. So that's all the general commands. Let's just do the last command, which sometimes has some trouble doing it, but people were wondering like why can't you have it randomly generated? Well, there's a way we can randomly generate it as such, and that is using the scatter command. So all we need to do is type in cat scatter, the name of it, let's call it Woopa2, the depth, and then the radius. This is similar to what we had, so we had 2 and then we'll have 20 again, and then the distance away from the point you're standing, so we'll do 1,000. So there it goes, building Woopa2, and hopefully, there we go, Woopa2 has been built. So just as a note, it might not always work, so you might have to try it again. So if we go to that one now, so cat go to Woopa2, we're in a snow biome, I'm going to have to reconnect. We're in a snow biome now and in a, looks like a forest biome. But you can see here is our catacomb randomly generated in the world somewhere, and we can explore that. We won't for this tutorial. Should we just try out the new style just to see what it looks like? I'm just going to change the do cat plan. We'll call it Woopa free, 1 level, and we'll make it radius. I'll make it about 15, and then we'll change the style. So cat style grand, and then we'll do cat plan Woopa free, and then do cat build Woopa free. Building with free is a nice small dungeon, only has 16 rooms, and there we go. This is a grand. So this is the one of the other default ones. You can add as many as you like, but you can see as a bigger, grander room. So you've got beds here and chests here, so people can put their stuff in, and you can define what blocks. But there we go. First thing we have is a enchanting room. Quite different, but there you go. And another enchanting room right after that. So yeah, it is randomly generated, so you might get instances like this, but it's not too bad. This could be a mage's dungeon or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I think that really concludes today's tutorial. I'll go over the config now in a bit. Is there anything else you want to add, Tom?
No, not really. Apart from it's a really well done plugin. I think it's one of our top favourites.
It's definitely one of my favourite plugins. It's a lot of fun, and I mean it'd be great for RPG servers, and just players can just go there and just chill.
Chill the zombies.
Yeah, chill the zombies. Yeah. So
that's
yeah,
good.
and it's all configurable, which is nice. One thing to note, as you can see here, it's floating above the ground bit. Basically, when you're placing one, it doesn't care what's there, so you might have to dig down depending on where you are. I did it on top of a hill, which wasn't the best idea. Probably better to do a grand one on the flat, but the smaller one, it doesn't really matter. So that's what it is. Right. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit, and we'll talk over the configurations. So, see ya.
See you later, noobs.
Hello everybody, now I'm going to go over the configuration and installation for the Catacombs plugin. So, link will be in the description as always. Hit the download link. Download, you should get catacombs.jar. There you go. Drag and drop this into your plugins directory. And we want to load the server up. And again, if you want to use permissions or economy, then you will require the Vault plugin. But there we go. It's been created. We've seen that it's enabling Catacombs version 2.5. So we should go have a Catacombs directory. Open that up, and we should find a maps directory. This will be where, whenever you create a dungeon or a catacomb, there'll be a map file in this for each one. Don't worry about that. Best to leave that alone. Catacombs.db. Again, don't leave this alone. We're not interested in these two really. So what we're interested in really is the config.yml. So we're just going to skip down to the admin part. We should see a bit, say admin, and we're going to start here, and then we're going to go over how to create different styles. So first of all, we have empty chest on delete. So all chests on the ground inside dungeons are emptied if a dungeon is being deleted. However, when this is false, this attribute allows any chest on the surface in the hut to spill onto the ground rather than being emptied. So in the hut was the little base at the start, and if you want to empty all those ones as well on deletion, then set this to true, which it is. Secret door only in dungeon. So if you set this to false, if you want the Catacombs secret door mechanism to work on pistons across the entire map rather than just in booleans. Okay. Gold off. So if you don't want players to get money from killing mobs, then set this to true. Protect spawners. If you don't want people to destroy the spawners, then set it to true. No PvP in dungeon. Again, if turning PvP off in dungeons, I recommend this to be true because it gets very hectic and you end up hitting everything. Respawn in hut. So when someone is killed in a dungeon, they are respawned in the hut above rather than the natural spawn location. So this is false, so you can change it to what you like, true or false. Mob spawns only in underground. Mobs spawn only underground. So you can set this to true if you'd like to prevent monsters spawning right across the surface of your worlds. Monsters will still spawn under trees and overhangers and caves and stuff, but they'll only spawn underground or in dungeons. So by default you tend to want these to be false unless you only wanted mobs to be in the dungeons. No armor in dungeons. So this will prevent the player from entering dungeons if they have armor. If they try to go to the first level, they'll just get teleported straight out and they won't be able to put armor on inside either. If you want to make it harder, I guess you can set that to true. What else have we got? We have no teleport in and no teleport out. These are quite simple really. Just stops people from teleporting in and teleporting out. You don't really want that. I recommend in setting these to true. I missed that one. Mob Drop Reduction Pct. There's Pct for percentage, and this is a chance that monsters in dungeons will not drop loot in percentage. If you want to increase this number, then the kills will drop less than normal and special Minecraft loot. So if you don't want them to drop as much loot, then you can increase this percentage. Okay, we also have economy. So if you want to use economy system, then set that to any, or I guess you can define one there. So if you've got any economy plugins installed, then, or if you've got more than one, then I recommend defining which one you have. We also got advanced combat. So, okay, advanced combat, we don't need to know about this one. It's been disabled in version 1.8, and it's just here left over really. The same with all the group and the spawning have all been removed, and these are related to the advanced combat. So I'm not sure why it's still here, but it's been removed. And lastly we have the death. So death, if someone dies, their gear cost. So this is the amount of cash a player must pay each time they die, and to get their equipment back basically, and this will only work if they keep gears true. So if the player drops their equipment on the ground when they die, they die. So they won't drop their equipment on the ground, and it will cost them 25 to keep it. And then how much XP they keep as a decimal from 0 to 1. So they'll have 85% of their XP kept. Ban commands, pretty self-explanatory. There are commands that won't allow us to spawn, kill, warp, set warp and whatnot. The list of breakable ones, so torch, red mushroom, brown mushroom, web, these are recommended. And placeable torch, if you want to use the iron doors, then maybe you want to add the button as well to this placeable list, just so that people can open the doors then as well. And then finally we have the patches. So door fix done. This is a flag that indicates that Catacombs has fixed the door hinges locations inside all dungeons in the aftermath of changes to doors in Minecraft 1.2. So if you set this to false, Catacombs will run the door hinge fixing code. So there's no overall problem if you're just installing it, but if you're installing it prior to 1.2.x, then it will fix the hinges doors, and then the secret door fix done as well. It's a similar thing, so that the secret doors in the aftermath of Catacomb, there's a small Catacomb bug that lets some of the doors only opening halfway. If you want to fix this, then if something's happening, then set it to true. Right, so that's all the admin commands. Now we're going to go over the style commands. So what you can do, you can create your own styles and share them with friends and stuff. And this is a style. So this is the grand one, which we showed at the end of the video. And this is the Catacomb, which we had at the start. So the easiest way to make one is simply just to copy an original one and just paste it there. And you can change the name, say this to small or something, and then you can modify it to your will. But what we're going to do is go over all the bits. So first of all, we'll start with the room. So room max, this is by default 10, and this is the maximum size of a room. So if you want bigger rooms, then increase this, and the minimum is sort of the minimum size of the room. So if you want to make larger rooms, then increase both of these, or you want a more variance, then increase the range of these two as well. Clutter, trap percentage, so the chance of have a room having a trap, so 10%, so 1 in 10 of the rooms should have a trap. Sand percentage, didn't really see much sand, did we? This is a chance, the soul sand, this is a chance of a room having soul sand covering part of the floor. Chest percentage, this is a chance of having a small chest in percentage, and then the spawner percentage is a chance of a room having a mob spawner. So if you want to increase the chances of mobs, then increase the spawner chance and decrease the chest percentage, and you can just change these how you want. The pool percentage, so little pools, the chance of a room having a pool in it, if the room is big enough. Many rooms are too small to have the pools in, and then walkways, so you might get fewer than you requested. Full pool percentage, this is the chance of a pool covering the whole room in percentage. So the one block walkway will be left around the edge, and there'll be a pool in the middle, and there could be lava pools as well. So lava pools have slightly bigger 2-block walkways. And then the lava percentage, so this is just the percentage of a pool being filled with lava rather than water. So 30% of the pools should be lava. Shroom percentage, so this is the percentage chance of having mushrooms. Bench percentage, this is the percentage chance of having a bench, a workbench I mean. Anvil percentage, again percentage chance of having an anvil related to the MCMO, so you can repair your items. Enchantment table percentage, again is how much the chance, and then oven is the chance of having a furnace. And then we have special percentage. This is just the chance of placing a special hand-drawn room from a built-in list rather than generating a rectangular room, provided there is a space. Many of the special rooms are big and don't fit in small maps, so you'll often have a lower percentage of special rooms. And special rooms are like that mushroom room we saw in game, as well as the enchanting room we saw at the start of the last one. Now, corridor percentage. So this is a chance of placing a corridor rather than a room. Corridors can still contain chests, but they have different rules controlling their shapes, and these are controlled below. So the maximum and minimum. So these are the length of the corridors. So you have a small one for a large one. If you want longer corridors, then increase this number. And then we have the width as well. The width 2 percentage. The chance of a corridor being 2 blocks wide, and then the chance of a corridor being 3 blocks wide. Notice there is one which has 1, but that's just this one. 100 minus 40 minus 10, so 50% of the width will be 1. That's how you work it out. Pretty simple. Archway. So archway type, and then hidden percentage. So this is a chance of an archway being filled with a secret door, or you can have it alternatively filled with a normal wooden door, or it can be filled with a web. And then finally, there's also a chance of a double width door. This is just 2 doors, 2 wide rather than 1 wide. Secret doors can only always be 1 wide, so there you go. And then you can also have a iron door percentage as well. So the chance of a door being iron rather than wood, so zombies don't make the sound of banging iron doors. And you can also, there's an admin click iron door attribute. So if you choose a value other than 100 or 0, then you will likely get double doors that are half iron and half wood. So watch out for that. And you could allow players to open iron doors rather than placing buttons, depending on how you feel. What else have we got? We've got the loot. Alright, so loot. Medium. So there are different types of loot. You got medium, small, and then big. Okay, so medium, half empty, false. So this is, when this is set to true, the less significant half of the end of the level double chest will be empty rather than containing a small chest loot. Sweep all. So sweep all, when this option is true, then it sets any materials displaced as the dungeon is built into double chests on the level. The bonus loot is only left there once, and it is restocked when a dungeon is reset. The chance of getting some diamond equipment in the end of the dungeon so basically it will just, when it's creating one, all the ores that it removed pardon me, will be placed in the end chest. And then we got equip percentage. So this is a chance of getting some equipment. This is iron or gold equipment in the level double chests. And then the small percentage, this is a chance of including a small chest loot inside the medium chest. So these are the medium. These are things like iron and gold. Big are things like diamond and golden apples and stuff. So there you go, you can add more to the list. And then well, actually there's nothing in the medium list, so it will have no effect unless you add it there. And then small. So small is like just general stuff. So leather equipment percentage. This is a chance of one of the items being leather in a small chest. This is a percentage. And then you've got all the list of all the blocks and stuff. So you got all these ones. You got the ink sacks, all the dyes, the records, flint. And if you didn't want, say, people getting a certain item like glowstone dust, then you can easily remove it there, or you can add more to what. And this 1 to 6 just means the number, so they can have 1 to 6 of them, and same here, 1 to 5. So that's that. And then here you go, you have the diamond as well, 1 to 3 of them, and golden apple, you can have 1 of them only. So that's that really. We got some more. We have the radius max. Right, so radius max. This is by default 12, and this is the maximum size of the radius of a dungeon. The level is measured from the stairs down, extending north, south, east and west. But this can be overridden in the command line of the plan command. So if you don't define it, then I believe it just uses this value. Underfill. These are the hidden blocks underneath the floor, which are set to the default block when the dungeons are built. This attribute helps make each level a solid cuboid, and it's handy when building dungeons through air. So there could be sand underneath which would fall down, or air or stuff, and just makes it nicer. So you can have an underfill and again an overfill, which is hidden blocks above the ceiling and this again helps when building dungeons through air. The reset button and the recall button. Now remember, at the end of the dungeon there was a button. You can either have a reset button or recall one. This will reset the dungeon when you get to the end, or the recall one will allow the player to teleport back. The reason we chose the recall one because people may just do the dungeon again and again and again, just keep going if they have the reset one. So we've decided to choose a recall one maybe, and then have it reset the dungeon every so hours. The hut type, there is a list which I'll provide a link in the description of all the different hut types. The default one, we had a tiny one I believe in the video, and the Grand had a big one. I can't remember the name of the big one though. And then we got the blocks. So the blocks major, this is the walls. We changed this to stone brick. And then the minor is mossy cobblestone, so these are the ones that are just randomly scattered in the walls, and they act as a visual clue to secret doors as well, so we chose that to mossy cobblestone. It's probably a good idea to have similar ones so it's not too obvious where they are, they could be missed. I mean, you could have the broken cobblestone, broken stone brick, because it's quite difficult to see. The floor, again this is the floor, so I had the idea of changing it to stone maybe, because then the stone pressure plates won't be as visible and people might go on the traps more. And then the roof, this is what's on above the so you can change that to what you like. Probably not best to do glowstone or anything. Probably have it the same as walls, I recommend. Mossy percentage, so this is the chance of a wall block being set to a minor block type. Just because it says mossy doesn't mean it'll be mossy cobblestone, it's just a minor. The bigger the number, the harder it is to find the secret doors, because you can imagine there'll be loads of mossy cobblestone everywhere. Air web percentage, so this is the chance of an air block in a dungeon being filled with web. So 1%, so 1 in 100 air blocks would be web. And then the natural, so whenever you're planning a dungeon, it will make sure there's enough room for it. And if there's like a non-natural block, then it'll go, oh, someone's built there, better not go there. And these are just the blocks that it counts as natural. So, pardon me, stone, dirt, sand, sandstone, and all that. You can add more or remove them to how you feel. Depth. So depth of the floor. This is the depth of each dungeon floor on each level. So the depth needs to be enough to house a secret door and trap mechanisms. So 3 is fine. Room depth. So this is the height of all the rooms in the dungeon. The minimum is 3. So you can have taller rooms or shorter rooms. Roof 1. This is the depth of the ceiling of in each level. Easily enough 1. And then the first level 2. This is the extra depth of the stairs down to the first level. In blocks, this allows you to plan a dungeon that goes down a distance before branching off, so that's quite useful. Traps, so these are the traps you find on, and you step on it and it fires an arrow. You can change what's actually fired. You can have snowballs, or the can't remember what they are, like the fireball things. You can even have monster eggs or splash potions and stuff. And you can also define how much there is. But remember, players can open up these, and so they could potentially gain monster eggs this way if you didn't want that. And now we have the mob percentages. So this is the percentage of the monster spawner being a certain one. So 5% of them will be spider, 25% will be skeleton, and so on. If you want more pigmen, then you can up that percentage. If you want less of one, then decrease the percentage. The gold, this is the smallest amount, or the min is the smallest amount of cash to give to a killing player when a monster is killed, and then the max is the largest amount when they kill a monster. So they'll get a value from 1 to 10 if you're an economy plugin, of course. And again, here's another one. Oh, the hut type was medium, so there's probably one bigger. But you can see that doesn't have much settings as much, so it will just use default settings if not. And again, you can just copy and paste that to create another one. So, thanks for watching. This has been me, Sam Kyo, from WoopaGaming, for the Catacombs plugin, which is a truly... I don't say this about many plugins, but I really think it's very well done and worth a look at. And yeah, so it's a great plugin. Check it out, and I'll see you for the next video. So, ta-ra.